Hey people, Ingrid here, 3v3 Faction War. This is Argus Desert Gate and Orks versus Chaos Space Marine fellas. For the blue Orky team, two Mekboys. First up is Mostafa, there he goes. And UncensoredAngel alongside these guys are teleporting heroes fighting in ranged combat. Puts out some good damage with a bunch of versatile Orky gadgets. And rounding off the team, trying to keep them in line, is the Tenso with a Warboss, a melee hero working through objects, very strong offense, disruption and support. From the front line is the Freebooters DLC here. Red Chaos, Hammerhead is a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. Alongside, Gatts with a Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero working through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption fighting in melee. This is the Word Bearers DLC. And rounding off the teams, YZ, or YZ, I guess, with a Plague Champion. Starts off with a damage of a time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support, can also repair, and does not get the cap on the eastern side. There's some Nurgle worship though for the health regen. Gone into some more heretics as Hammerhead has done so on the west side as well. Have I missed the Doom Bolts? I must have missed the Doom Bolts. Sluggers are forced off down to 3 models. Shooter Boy's backing off here. Meanwhile, back to the east side, Mekboy's teleporting in and tie things up in melee. Sluggers following alongside, as are the Shooter Boys. There's some more Nurgle worship. Now they turn to shoot up the Mekboy, taking a lot of damage before they teleport away. Towards the mid, Chaos Lord flees. With a dead Orc on the ground, sad face. Heretics are capping blue team's natural VP. Meanwhile, Warboss coming through mid to decap red team's natural VP. Some Dakar on the east side. Double Nurgle worship, which doesn't actually stack, although this way you get to worship the fellas that are worshipping and give them some health regen, I suppose. Those guys got an aspiring champion back there. We now have the CSM of Gatts. Gone double CSM, here's the second squad. Warboss able to get a full cap. Mekboy capping up the mid. Some Shooter Boys are hiding from something. Oh, the heretics maybe. Can they catch some sluggers on retreat? They cannot. They're taking some Dakar now. And there's some suppression from the Looter's Death Gun. Getting torn up by that ranged firepower. They're on the power east side are Chaos. 2v1 against... Who is this again? This is Mostafa on the east side. West side. Contested power is red, but nobody's made any huge strides. We did see the Warboss rotate to mid and grab that VP, of course. Red team haven't got it back yet. Blue team haven't got their own natural back yet either. There's some Nurgle worship for you. Getting a decap on the power. Wreck point is already decapped, and they might be able to flank around a little bit here. Mekboy teleports in. Some Dakar, of course, puts decent damage out with his default weapon, but can upgrade it. There's some Khorne worship for +2 speed. Double CSM have to face the sluggers, but they should be okay. Maybe should have both wade into melee there to get a little bit more damage on them as they retreated, but standing and shooting works well. West side, Sorcerer goes down. Looks like there was just the Doom Bolts over here, but they were in cover. We have some grenade launcher shenanigans now. There's a grenade barrage. Knocking down both the Shooter Boys. Sluggers in on the Heretics. Heretics having a rough time in that fight. And we've got Storm Boys to jump the Havocs back there. There it is. These guys have power melee weapons, so they're really bad news for the heavily armored Havocs as they slowly tear up their heavy bolter and try to leave. They do get away. Chaos Lord breaks through the wall to say hello. Some melee from those Chaos Space Marines. These guys with Eternal War for 20% damage bonus to melee and ranged combat. So there's Chaos insignias around their weapons and the plus indicator on their icon. Tells you they have Eternal War. And to be careful, these guys also have it. What about Gatts? No Eternal War for these fellas. So might be seeing a relatively quick tier 2 for Gatts here. Looks like they're saving up for it. East side, Mekboy teleports in. Got some grenade barraging. Double looters up for Mostafa. There's a lot of Dakar. Speaking of Dakar, is the big shooter for the Mekboy of UncensoredAngel. Also chucking around proximity mines. Mostafa still has the default shooter. Noise Marines on the field for YZ. YZ if you're British, of course. Otherwise, YZ, I suppose. Sonic Blaster, can you shoot something, fellas? No, they're backing off for now. Maybe? They want to use Cacophony, there it is. Some domino knockback. They're taking damage though, need to be careful. Not sure why they ran in just to do that. Could have just retreated, fellas. Could have just retreated. They're going to be okay. Orks though are on the eastern VP. Looks like Gatts got through mid and decapped. Double CSM here. 387 to 483 on the VP's Chaos Lord. Needs to get a good kill to weak hit. And they do. It's a really good one. Heals them up to 4. That's his starting ability. There's a big AoE attack around him. Each model he hits returns some health. Some mines chucked out there. They will be spotted by aspiring champion Heretic, fellas. Oh, Hammerhead dropped their CSM. Right there. Oh, those are Heretics. Oh, back here, look. I don't think they're all dead Havocs. Some of those must be the CSM, surely. Can't see them anywhere else. Going to get flanked, though, by the Tenso. And they've got Storm Boys, remember. Do have the Sword of Flame on the Chaos Sorcerer. Might be able to bash a little bit, but this flank could be nasty. Sluggers with burners. Pissed off Warboss with a boss pole. And some Storm Boys got knocked back by the grenades. There's a jump on Havocs. Havocs need to leave. Or do they? Here come aspiring champion Heretics and the Sorcerer, Coruscating Flame on the Heretics. Ard Boys, though, on the Storm Boys. Havocs survive for now, but for how much longer? Here come the Sluggers, and they finish off the Havoc. Should have just got out of there. Stomp from the Warboss is beautiful. Heretics did some good work, but they should have facilitated the escape of the Havocs, although they might go down in retreat. They do go down in retreat. Hammerhead having a rough time on the west side. They're down to a single squad of Heretics with grenade launchers. They need help over there. 387 to 404. Chaos Lord with Armor of the Inferno. We do have Eternal War up now for the double CSM here. There's the Let the Galaxy Burn. It's a good hit. Really good hit. Forces the retreat. This is Uncensored Angel with a big shooter. And a War Banner is up. Chaos Lord chases them in. Mine is doing some good work over there, you know. Chaos Space Marines here down low. Looks like they're going to stay in play. Need to be careful though, running on these mines. Plague Champion puts a turret up on the east side. Heavy bolter turret by default, but you can turn it into a las cannon turret for some anti-vehicle. Power's going to be fully bashed on the west side. Hammerhead gets some more Heretics up and goes tier 2. Can a Blood Crusher or 2 or a Dreadnought or something help them push this side? I still think they need an assist from Gatts, Storm Boys of the Tenso. Might run into some stuff in the mid. Nope. They're just hanging out. Being patient. Use your choppers up on the Sluggers, tearing through those Heretics with the help of a whole bunch of Daka. Here's a flank though from Gatts. Aiming, what's that? Just in time from the Tenso to suppress them. Storm Boys jump after them. And there's the Warboss. And they can win this fight with a stomp if they can hit it well on the Heretics. Doom Blast still chasing the shooters. And CSM able to get DPS in. Warboss goes after them. Does not use the stomp. Save it for another fight, I guess. Smack. And maybe gets a decap. Chaos Lord coming over now. Level 3. Hammerhead with blood letters on the way. Weird Boy for Mostafa. War Truck for Uncensored Angel. East side has the blue Orks pinned back to their natural points. We got Noggle Worship, Blastmaster, and a turret on the east side. Blastmaster should be closer to the eastern edge, I think, so it can't get flanked as easily. It moved a little bit. West side. Sorcerer runs after being revived by the Chaos Lord. Blood Crusher is on the way for Hammerhead. And they have the blood letters up. These guys are awesome in melee, power melee weapons. These fiery hellblaze they have can be worshipped to great effect since they are demons. Teleport around, all that good stuff. Can they get rid of this Mekboy? They can. Weird Boy gets a good shot on those blobbed up Chaos Space Marines though. Has such a great basic attack, this guy. Plasma cannon damage from that thing. Looter's getting a little bit close. Blastmaster hits one model pretty good. Doesn't kill him though. Mekboy getting those shots. Sluggers are looking quite menacing with their Knob Leader. Knob Leader has a power weapon. Blastmaster doesn't hit the truck. Over there from the Mekboy. Throws the looters and some of the sluggers in, so it didn't really work out. Because those guys had to wait for coherency to run in. But the war truck disgorges a bunch of orcs onto the turret. Plague Marines right here to get shots on the war truck. Sluggers piling through. And they get the war truck down right here, right now. Sluggers can get on them. No, they can't get the last shot. Good little push from the Orks. Not very elegant, as you'd expect, but they bundled their way through with the war truck. Death Dread on the field for the Tenso. Not sure where Hammerhead's Blood Crusher is. It's on the west side. Lots of Daka for the Chaos Lord to deal with. Sluggers pop their Swampum ability, giving them speed and range damage reduction, and he just killed Gatts Chaos Space Marines there. It's a good kill to weak. Uses it to escape. Storm Boys were in there too, chasing stuff. Got their Knob Leader. Some very dangerous melee stuff. Maybe Gatts wants to get that big old Blood Maul thing. Although it's quite expensive and they need to recover. They're tier 3. Got some heretics on the way. Electric armor here late game for UncensoredAngel. Messed up those bloodletters pretty well. Blood Crusher now getting in there. Has some good DPS this guy. Single target east side. What's going on? Big push from the Orks. 352 to 265. Triple cap for the Ork team. Big old walk vomit back there. And there's a noxious cloud to scare things off. Looters barely getting away. War truck is now repaired by the sluggers. Can they get right back onto this VP? They lost 2 gens, at least. They might have lost all of them, and that was rebuilt. West side. Hard Boys on the Storm Boys to try and save them. Is it enough? Looks like it might be enough. Those heretics struggled to get attacks in there. Nice save with the global. Warboss has the Power Claw. 95 heavy melee DPS. Although they have Storm Boys and Sluggers. I mean, I know the Power Claw is great. 95 heavy melee DPS. Always great to have a heavy melee weapon to use. But the Bang Bang Hammer is so good. It's such a strong force multiplier for your army. Especially when you have melee units around you. And it does good damage versus infantry as well. But I mean, it's a Power Claw. Hard to turn it down. Here comes Gatts with some melee of their own. Spike your armor is up for the Warboss. Blood Crusher versus Death Dread there. Here we go. Muted Choppers on the Sluggers and Ard Boys on the Sluggers. Can they win that fight with the double buffs and some support? Looks like they can. More Sluggers coming in to flank. Ouch. Gatts had a rough time there. Good use of those globals from the Tenso. I wonder if they would have won that fight alone with the double buffs. They might have. Because you get such crazy melee skill bonuses from Muted Choppers. Would have done a lot of specials. Level 4 Chaos Lord. Let the Galaxy burn just for the Sluggers. Let the Sluggers burn. Now he's backing off. Havoc's in retreat path. Gets another model, but here comes the War Truck. Gonna let loose a bunch of Orks. Chaos Lord, oh, he's going for a revive there. Sorcerer's almost level 3. Gatts with a Chaos Predator on the way. Mostafa is tier 3. What's going on east side? We have a Mega Rumbler. This is Mostafa. Awesome disruption. And it heavily damages structures too. Shakes the entire freaking screen. Slaughter up on his Chaos Space Marines. Lowering the cooldown of their weaponry, so they're basically constantly firing them, upping their DPS. Changes their whole firing pattern, I think. They don't even do the little reload animation thing. They don't burst their weapons, they just shoot, 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 shoot. 303 to 211. Chaos have the east side, and they have a tank now. The other players on the Chaos team also getting their tier 3s rolling. And the VPs aren't that far apart. 80 odd to make up for the red team. Kicking off on the west side. Oh, double tank busters here. for Uncensored Angel. Barrage misses. Looks like they got rid of him. Can they get the war truck? Blood Crusher's on rear armor. Gets it. I think their tank would have finished it off if they didn't. There's another war truck though. Stealing that power on the west side are the Orks. Bloodletters. We have the level 2 Sorcerer, has Robes of Torment. Should help against the dangerous Orky melee stuff. Do you have any mark, Mr. Tank? Nope. Said the full Chaos Predator. But hey, it's still a tank. Auto cannon setting up here for Hammerhead. Mark of Corn on his Havocs. Awesome weapon, this thing. Just tears through stuff. Here comes a random war banner. Note that the Mekboy can't shoot while he's building stuff. But now he's finished. So let the Daka commence. East side, sorry, is still red, although blue stuff is on it, looks like. Yeah. They're backing off the Chaos stuff. There's a barrage. Doesn't hit the sluggers. Here comes the Plague Champion. Has the Unholy Stench. There it is. Suppressing that stuff. CSM pop the Slaughter. Blastmaster sets up. And Chaos Terminators appear for Gatts and for Hammerhead. Here are Gatts Chaos Terminators. Chaos Predator on the way for YZ. Good Blastmaster shot. Was a good Warp Vomit as well though, back there. Warp Vomit and run. Can they get a decap? See that demoralization from the Terminators killing stuff there. And there's Gatts Chaos Predator. Got a bunch of XP already. They got decap. Chaos now capping up the west side. Blood Crusher is on the power. This Blood Crusher's been pretty amazing actually. Into level 2. Hasn't really been dealt with by the Tenso, although Uncensored Angel has those double tank busters, so maybe they thought their allies anti-Vic would be enough, but they haven't been able to get on them. More trucks. Is that double war trucks for Uncensored Angel? It is. East side turning red again. Predator needs to be careful not to knock them off the cap. There we go, it's alright. No marks for these things yet. Don't need to rush to it all the time. Still a decent tank. Chaos Terminators with the auto cannon. Looks like we're going to get a Mark of Nurgle tank for YZ. Shooter boy, late shooter boys for Uncensored Angel. That's a strange one. Usually you'd expect commandos or something. Floating a lot of resources, but they don't have any pop. Maybe that's the only thing they could squeeze into their army. Go with him, Angel says. The Tenso. They want Angel to go east side, I think. Kicking off on the west side, though. Big fight here. Warboss doesn't seem interested. Oh, there he goes. Blood Crusher. We got some Lightning Claw Chaos Terminators in there for Hammerhead. Bad news for all the melee Orks now. Really bad news. Double tank busters are in, though. They're going to get the Blood Crusher here, I think. Blood Crusher did indeed go back to the warp. Chaos Terminators might have got themselves in trouble. Okay, they teleported out. Sorcerer goes down though. Oh no, they could go down here. Sorcerer can't tell. Oh, Sorcerer rebuys himself so that they can teleport them out. There we go. Using the warp. The warp takes a unit to the Sorcerer's location, but they were down right near them, so they had to rebuy to get back to HQ. Quick fingers and quick thinking from Hammerhead. Saved their Terminators. Did lose a lot in that fight though. 171 to 211. Can the Orks push the mid here? Bloodletters do not make it out. Hammerhead is down to just Terminators now. We do indeed have a Blood Maul Chaos Lord now. Level 5 as well. Smacking through those sluggers. Didn't use the Sweeping Doom there. Saving it for a bigger fight, I guess. Now has to fight a Power Claw Warboss. There's the Kill the Weak. Chaos Predator being chased down by a looted tank. Getting rear armor hits here. Uh-oh. Terminator should go into melee, I think, to try and block it. Down goes the Chaos Predator. But I think the looted tank is not going to get away. Down it goes as well. What do we got here? Double shooters. Where's the other shooters that Uncensored Angel got? They are floating resources like crazy. They can't squeeze anything else in their army right now. There's a Rocks by Mostafa, I think. Took out the shrine. I assume that was a noble shrine from YZ. Double beamy death guns on these looters here. The tank needs to be very careful. Some more Nurgle worship though. Weird boy with a warp vomit on the Terminators, and stuns are the bane of Terminators. They can't retreat out of them. Just sitting ducks while they do that. But now it's time for them to cause a load of trouble. Big demoralization and retreat there. Uncensored Angel done well with these war trucks. Uncensored Angel supporting both sides quite well. 104 to 211. VP lead for Chaos, but they are depleted here. Gatts and Hammerhead down to 2 and 1 unit respectively. Orks through the mid. Here's the Lightning Claw Terminators. Great Unclean One on the way now for Hammerhead. They're bashing the gen and decapping. Storm Boys are level 4. You love to see it. Might be time for YZ to rotate mid a little bit with some stuff. They might have to, like, take the Terminators. Oh, they don't have Terminators. These are Gatts. Another Great Unclean One. Yeah, take the tank over. Try and get a flank here on the Tenso. Unfortunately, their tank shot just hit the remains of the looted tank there. Storm Boys jumping in. Level 3 Plague Champion. Orks have both the natural VPs. Here come yet more Orks. Double tank busters. They're chasing down the tank, but it should be okay. The Nurgle tank has melee resistance. Gonna get a Death Dread here, I think. Done really well though for the Tenso, the Death Dread. Down it goes. Need to get on their VP. Plague Champion is on it. And these shooter boys are going to get torn up by those Terminators. Yeah, just run away, fellas. Sorcerer capping up the west side again. Hammerhead. Got some heretics on the way. Great Unclean One is up. And Gatts is about to get one too. Can these guys make a difference? 104 to 161. Still a VP lead for Chaos. Another Rocks goes in. The Shrine survives it. And there's a turret back there too. Looted tank here is whose is it? It's the Tensos with the reinforced plating upgrade. Oh, down goes the Shrine, which means he can do the boom gun. Boom gun is awesome. Bunch of dead stuff over here. Oh, Chaos Lord smacking down some stuff. Can they get their VP now? They can. East side though is turning blue. Turret will easily be shot down by the tanks. Speaking of tanks, another Chaos Predator on the way for Gatts. Havoc's up here for Hammerhead with a heavy bolter. No mark yet. Stolen the Western Power. Surprised the Terminators aren't taking that fight. I guess they're playing it safe with the Storm Boy stuns. Now they're taking the fight. Chains of Torment going in as a Dark Flames as well. Warp Vomit comes in and helps them out. Terminators can no longer teleport here unless it's off cooldown. I don't think it will be that quickly. I think it's a minute cooldown, isn't it? Great Unclean One of Hammerhead went deep in enemy territory. East side, the Great Unclean One of Gatts helping to get the east side back. 104 to 146. Mekboy does not get away. These Great Unclean Ones passively damage nearby enemies just with their sheer presence. And have huge amounts of damage and awesome abilities. Kicking off in the mid, is it? It is. Great Unclean One being worshipped. No longer being worshipped. Heretics backing off a bit here. They might need to worship again. Terminator is dropping a model. Looks like Hammerhead is backing off, playing it safe. Flash Gits with blasters. Bad news for the Great Unclean One, who just hangs out. Oh, looks like one of his abilities bugged out there. Saw his energy go down, then go back up again. 88 to 146. 2 to 1 for Chaos. Great Unclean One trundling back to base, I guess. Chaos Predator's going to finish off the War Truck, maybe. Yep. Tank Buster Barrage, though. Ouch. Pain. So much damage from that. Great Team 1 gets the Weird Boy. Chaos Lord has to run. It's going to take a lot of damage from the flash kits here. And these the Mega Rumblers stunning it now. 69 to 146. Warboss getting the cap on Red Team's natural. And the Great Unclean One survived this. There's a Nurgle Vomit. Didn't hit too much though. Can they warp it out, Hammerhead? I don't think they have the red for it. Down it goes. Some Nurgle Worship and Mark of Zinc CSM for YZ. It's Mostafa that has the double flash kits. Those blasters are bad news for heavy and super heavy infantry armor, which is what the Great Unclean One uses. Super heavy. And a Nob Squad on the way. The first Nob Squad we've seen, I think. Gatts does have a nuke. YZ has tons of resources that they're not using. Maybe they're saving up for their own Great Unclean One. Storm Boys with Ard Boys and use your choppers. CSM must flee. Bomber Boys doing its thing as well. What's going on in the mid? They are locking down the VP. Great Unclean One of Hammerhead is nice and healed up. Havocs with double auto cannons, I think. Yep. Lot of damage. There's the Nob Squad. Getting a Nob Leader immediately. 25 power is not a bad price for that guy. Terminators dropping models on the VP. There's the nuke from Gatts. Imperial Abyss. Got rid of the flash kits. Couldn't quite wipe one of them though. Terminators will get the cap. Do they have the east side still? Oh, they don't. It's turned blue. VPs, I think, are going to basically even up. 2 to 1 is in. Only 20 VPs separate the two teams. There's another Mega Rumbler to mess up these Terminators here. And those knobs do have their hammers. And now they have a tank helping them out. There's a lot of damage coming in though from those autocannons. Terminator's teleporting out though. Great Unclean One. Not sure what he was doing over there. Fighting something, I guess. 69 to 76. Back on the east side is the red team. They are not out of this yet. Uncensored Angel does eventually get tier 3. They have so much resources. Need to just get some of their shooters killed or something maybe. Can they get the looted tank here? They can. And Terminators are capping that side. Have the Chaos team done enough? Blue team have such good rosters, so much resources to spend as well on Uncensored Angel. There's the 2 to 1. Oh, maybe it was worth the Sorcerer trying to get a cheeky decap there. Would have taken a lot of damage. It might have been worth losing him to get a decap. Trying to cap up the mid. What do the Orks do? The Tenso says push mid. There's a foul snare from the Great Unclean One. And then stomps away. Is everyone going to push mid? Looks like Mostafa is going east again. Storm Boys jumping into the back lines. Chains of Torment goes up. The Havocs do get away because they couldn't move. Mega Rumbler in the mid. Terminator's getting absolutely decimated here. Can't move because of the Mega Rumbler and down they go. Flash Kit's getting it done. Gatts down to just Heretics. Here's YZ to help out a little bit with some CSM. Great Unclean One in amongst it. Good special attack there, knocking the sluggers off the cap as you saw. Decimating those Orks over there as a Great Unclean One's going to get those sluggers, I think. Gets the sluggers, down they go. East side. Blastmaster tearing through some capping Orks. There's electric armor. Nurgle Worship should just get them through it, I think. Where is the Plague Champion? It's right there. Never got the fist. Should probably get the fist. They have their own Terminators up though. They retain the east side. Orks are down to 14 VPs, but they're getting the natural of the red team here. Nob squad chasing the Great Unclean One into base, just trying to create some space between the VP and the HQs. Decent early Galaxy burn there. Nob squad now getting messed up. They're heavy infantry, so they don't have any resistance against regular melee damage, which is what this Blood Maul is. 2-1 for the Orcs still. Terminators are on it. And look at this. Plague Champion goes for the blue team's natural. That might be enough. If they can decap them both. There's the double decap for a single. Mega Rumbler. GG, says YZ. That was another Rocks back there, I think. Touch of Nurgle on the Terminators here. Looks like the Chaos team have it. There's the double cap, and indeed they do. What a game. Chaos did awesome to hold on there, I think. They lost so much, like at the start of Tier 3, but they kept on rolling and they recovered. Gatts got more Terminators at the end there, as you saw. Oh, were those that? No, it was YZ's Terminators that got the cap, and the Plague Champion that got that decap. YZ with the capping plays at the end. Let's look at his heroes. Level 2 mech from Mostafa. The Mega Rumbler was awesome. UncensoredAngel with a level 5 mech. At the kind of big tier 2 army, maybe they should have replaced their stuff a little bit sooner. The Tenso's Warboss, level 9. Cleaving stuff with the Power Claw. Got level 4 Chaos Sorcerer down. Level 9 Chaos Lord. Big bruiser in the mid. And very solid play from YZ. Plague Champion preserved their stuff very well on the east side and was a constant threat over here. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Big thanks to these players for getting us a faction war. The Tenso has been running faction war lobbies quite a lot and getting me some games, so big thanks to them. It's not easy to do. You can spend an entire night trying to do faction war lobbies and not get any games. So I appreciate that, and I'll see you next time.